everyone getting ready to make 2014 even better.
It'll be a great night just to catch up, relax, and you know, as a swimmer actually get to dress up and look normal.
And then a chance to see lots of people from all around different parts of swimming and have a good evening with them.
The awards ceremony was fantastic, with most people turned out ever, so years to come it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
Tickets for the Scottish Gas National Open Swimming Championships are on sale now.
The wait is over.
Buy your tickets at ticketmaster.co.uk/Scottish Swimming or phone 08 444 999 990.
Come down to the Tollcross International Swimming Centre to come see me and more than 700 other swimmers compete.
The Scottish Gas National Open Swimming Championships, Tollcross International Swimming Centre, 3rd to the 6th of April 2014.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Royal Commonwealth Pool for Session 8 of the Scottish Gas National Short Course Championships. Here live from Edinburgh, the Royal Commonwealth Pool. I'm Dr. McKinnell, and once again joining me in the commentary box is Andy Mayer. Session 8 out of 9, we are coming towards the climax now. Andy, looking forward to this afternoon?
Oh yeah, this is, it feels like it's been a bit of a whirlwind competition so far. Sometimes these competitions can drag, but the race has been so fast that we just seem to have flown through it. I can't believe that we're already on the last day and we're already looking towards getting through this session and then the finals. So yeah, flying by.
And it'll fly by this afternoon. I think it's just the two events this afternoon, age group events, 400 IM all the way. So one for the technical specialists.
It is, yeah. It should give us a lot to talk about as well, because with all 4 strokes we'll have plenty of things to pick out for you guys watching at home. So thank you for joining us.
It's great to have you with us once again. 400 IM, as I said, we start off with the girls, 10 heats of that, and then 14 and unders, and then the 15 and under boys with 9 heats. So it'll be a fairly short, sharp session this before we go into our climax of finals this evening. But we focus on youth swimming, and we've really got some very talented youngsters going in this IM. So 14-year-old the odd 12-year-old boy, but not odd as in odd, but you know what I mean, 13 to 15-year-olds mainly. Unders. Great youth squad swimmers. And I've got good news for you as well, because I've left my glasses in the pool somewhere and somebody's very kindly returned them to me. So as we describe the action, it's not going to be the blind leading the blind.
That's good news.
See there, some of our officials just getting ready. It's Wallace working hard on his coiling his starting wires. That's Dan Wallace's dad, in fact, that's doing the starting job. We talked a little bit about Dan Wallace this morning. Scott now training in America.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he will be somebody that we look towards trying to make that that Commonwealth Games team racing in Glasgow in the summer. And for those of you wanting to watch the racing, for those swimmers wanting to qualify for that, the tickets for the Scottish Gash National Champs 3rd to the 6th of April are the first Commonwealth qualifiers at Tollcross, and you can get them at that Ticketmaster link on your screen. Also swimming at Tollcross is Duel in the Pool, where America are against Europe, so also go online to get tickets for that. And finally, there's early bird tickets for the Scottish Swimming Awards on that final link on the 13th of September, so get online for those, guys.
Do it just yet.
Heat 1 of 10, the 3 swimmers.
5:41, 5:42 entry times in this first heat. Which youngsters mainly 12 and 13-year-olds, so you will be hoping and think to some good improvements here, good opportunity to swim in this high caliber meet. Andy, I don't know about you, but I can't remember a short course championships with such a high quality field my time involved in it.
Yeah, I really struggle thinking back to if we've ever had some kind of competition that's been as well attended and as fastly raced as what this one has been. It has been explosive from start to finish, and the racing has given us world records, British records, Scottish records, junior records. Oh, across the board, they've just been tumbling down, and personal bests. I would love to see the percentage of personal bests taken throughout this meet. It must be massive, Duncan.
So we'll be hoping for more of the same this afternoon as we come to the end of the butterfly event, and it's East Scotland there here with East Lothian against Carnegie, and looks like McManus just getting in touch there. 19-17 for the youngster from East Lothian.
Yeah, really nice opener to this afternoon of racing right here, and eyes firmly set on Katrina McManus in the centre of the pool in that black hat there. Let's see how she can progress through this. It's a really nice balanced backstroke that she has there. So always great to see some good technique as we're seeing these developing younger swimmers.
Yeah, so we talked earlier about East Lothian coach Matt Trott being in New York at the moment, so 5-hour difference. Matt, you ought to be up by now, so hope you're watching us. Why is your swimmer wearing the black cap, not the yellow cap? We want to know that, so tweet us the answer to that. What's the significance of wearing black versus wearing yellow? It's their choice. But anyway, Katrina going well here. She has opened up a big gap in the backstroke segment of this IM. It was close in the fly, but it's not close now. It's about 7-8 meters advantage towards halfway.
And as we've said so many times already through this meet on the individual medley swims, the order of leaders is subject to change as we change through different strokes, and breaststroke always a tipping point on the individual medleys. Duncan, yeah?
Yes, that's certainly true. Maybe Katrina could get pushed there. Great shot there. Katrina, she goes into her breaststroke to the first turn on breaststroke.
The lead is cut into during the breaststroke leg. The breaststroke extends to close up the field.
And just behind her, Chloe Montague, so not too much between them. Left of your screen there. On the leader. Maybe her lead, well, it's maybe shrinking a bit. It's down to about 5 meters now.
Yeah, she's starting to just be reeled in here, so it'll be we'll keep our eyes on how it goes to this next 50. If we have any luck, we might get a race on our hands between all three in the field. That would be a good start to the session, wouldn't it?
Certainly would.
5.5 seconds at the last turn.
Katrina, of course, it wouldn't be a good start from her point of view. I think she wants to keep some distance between herself and the other two. She's just got 25 meters of breaststroke to negotiate now before she goes on to freestyle. I suspect she'll be a bit more comfortable on freestyle. Looks like it is. Chloe Montague has just edged past Becca McGee into second as the two girls continue to close the gap. It's now down to about 3 meters. So it was around 7 or 8 when we started the breaststroke, so it's definitely tightening here. 4:22.36 with 100 to go.
That was a great move through the field there for Chloe, and just showing another breaststroke coming from South Lanarkshire.
Programs that we've got, really what these young developing swimmers need. All three of them really at good quality programs: East Lothian, Carnegie and South Lanarkshire. There's the East Lothian girl who is holding that gap in the freestyle from Chloe Montague. Katrina McManus then with 50 to go, 5:00.76. Her lead is about 3 seconds, so surely she'll not come under any great threat in this final 50. Entry time, Katrina 5:41. So see her against that coming towards the final turn, going around that about 5:19. So should get under 5:40, you would hope from that.
Yeah, looking for a nice fast finish here. Legs are starting to work hard into the wall. Head down in the last 5, hopefully.
Looks like she's going to do that.
She did that, 5:37.55, so 4 seconds inside her entry time. It's off to a good start. Montague 5:40.83, so she's improved by 2 seconds as well. That's getting a little bit unstuck in the second.
Nice start to the session, that one there though, Duncan.
We see Alan first and Charlie Havens for 2, Colin Sinclair for Leah Colin 5, David Frosty and City Patterson 6, Anna Ewing 7, 39 up to 5:41 the extra time CRG. No great difference in the entry times, but as we saw in that final heat, could well end up fairly well spread out. Cracking start from Claire Lee of Carnegie.
It is, yeah, and we've got a couple of Carnegie girls in here, so great to see the depth running through that swimming program. And it is Claire Lee with a great opening split, 34-1 at the start there, really showing a good bit of strength on this butterfly as we head through the first 100 of this race.
Good start from there. Quite a bit closer than the first 4 seconds.
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm really enjoying some of the real close-up footage that we're getting here. We'd love to hear your thoughts on what your favourite bit of the racing is and your favourite footage is. So if you could tweet us in, hashtag SGSC13 live up in the top right-hand corner, then we'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And we also have an Instagram competition going on at the moment, so if you do have any good photos that you want to share with us, you could send those into hashtag SGSC13pics, and you'll be entered into a draw, the chance to win one of 5 guidebooks to Glasgow. So leading up to the Commonwealth Games, could be handy to have in your pocket.
Yeah. I'll be ready to help guide you around Glasgow. So it's Charlie Cavens up in lane 2, who's in second place. She's having a good backstroke section, very much a backstroker, Charlie. She has made some good ground here. So these two well clear of the field now, and about 3 metres apart as they come to halfway. As with these youngsters, we do see wide variations in ability levels on the different strokes, and so as you said earlier, we can see big fluctuations, less so when you get to the more experienced IMers, I guess.
Yeah, once we start to look at some of the senior IM swimmers that have really been honing the skills on all four strokes, you get quite a balanced race going on, but especially what we'll be excited to see here is some of the chopping and changing in positions as these girls really show us the different strengths that they have through the swimming disciplines. What a great battle it's turning out at the start of at the front of the race, and also just coming past us in the centre as well. We've got some good head-to-head racing going on here, Duncan, and that's always great for competition and those final swimming times.
Yeah, one of them now is at the front, with Charlie Cavens continuing to make good progress. She's just a second and a half back now. And behind them we've got the Dundee swimmer Amy McCrosty, about a body length up on 3 swimmers, Collier in 3, Sinclair in 4, and Ewing in 7. Still Charlie Cavens continuing just to draw back the lead that Claire Lee has. It's about a body length now. Who's holding on to it? She's still going to have it and go into the freestyle in 3 meters or so climb.
Yeah, those couple of meters could just be crucial as they turn here. The swimmers really want to make sure that they utilize that breaststroke to freestyle turn. Probably one of the most important turnovers in the IM race, because if you're just slightly ahead of a breaststroker swimming in, they're swimming in on the slowest stroke, and you're about to swim out on the fastest stroke. So if you can use that turn to really use your legs kicking away up onto the freestyle, you can really capitalize on the lead.
Charlie Cavens has got the bit between her teeth now, and she's pretty much up there with Claire Lee, so we're down for a good tight last 50 here. There is only half a second now between the two girls, with Claire Lee desperately trying to hang on to the lead that she's had throughout this race. She's in lane 5, still has the advantage, and she looks to be holding off Cavens as they come to the final turn then. Needs a good turn here to just try and consolidate it. So coming out of that turn, pretty quick up there. And that's maybe just opened it up for Cavens, but Lee getting the head down, really pushing on now, and I think she's going to hang on and take this one. So she's had to work hard in the closing stages here, but a good effort.
Oh, brilliant.
5:25.50.
Brilliant racing there, Duncan. Right down to the wire on that one. Had to really hold that form together in the final length to make sure that she didn't get overhauled by Charlie Cavens. So great racing, great finishing.
Yep, and 14 seconds entry time for her troubles, so she's very happy with that as well. Yep, she's sort of
a lot of energy spent on that one though, so probably not the time to be turning cartwheels after 400 IM.
So I should say the song race now. It is for you, Claire Lee, 5:25.50, 26.65, Harrison Clare, 4:18, 6:20.
Swimmers are clear in the pool. Just a reminder to all coaches that there are revised call room report times for this evening's session.
Should have a
Please pick those up from the information
swimmers
desk.
for heat 3.
Just outside the changing rooms, facing to the stairs up to spectators' balcony. That's the revised call room times for this evening's session.
Yeah, most of the time we've been doing it when the top starts and the swimmers holding the stage ropes and leaving the pool once the swimmers have dived over their heads. It's the tweet forward, just a reminder, SGAC 13.5. Youngsters in this session, let us know. You can see we've got Amy Love, Olympic 5 in 1, Catherine Swinney of Nest in 2, Emma Sutherland in 3, Mitchell of South Lanarkshire in 4, Ritchie of Warrender in 5, Elizabeth Clements of Sunderland in 6, Lucy Thompson of League in 7, Louisa Sinclair of Carlisle Aquatics in 8.
Marginal lead for herself.
Carlisle Aquatics, that's one of your stomping grounds, Andy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, great to see them making the journey here to race today. So I know that we'll be looking for a nice solid swim through from Louisa, and great Scottish connection. So nice to see her making the trip up to keep her face in the Scottish scene of swimming.
It's a pretty competitive race here. Nobody making an early move here. Lane 1 is up to Hayley Love, 3 Emma Sutherland, and lane 6 Elizabeth Clements. All those 3 pretty close, with a couple of others not too far back. I think it might be the Sunderland girl that's going to get the touch. No, in fact it's not. It's the Orkney girl, 1:15.75. A little slower than the previous heat, not that much, and I don't know that counts for too much at this stage.
It does look now though that Elizabeth Clements is coming through, so it's a good spot that we've got some good swimming coming through, so keeping an eye on that white hat on lane 6 for you, Duncan. Yep.
Yeah, lane 5 now. Eve Ritchie though coming into her own, and she has just edged past Elizabeth Clements and Emma Sutherland, and has the lead halfway through the backstroke. She's got about a metre on Clements, with Sutherland third, 5.98.
And a real effortless backstroke there from that Warrender red hat there in that centre lane. Just nice stroking through, very balanced. Not a lot of movement from the head, which is good. And that up kick right up to the top of the water, those toes flicking upwards, making those little splashes.
Celebrating their 125th anniversary this year, one of the oldest clubs in Scotland. They had a fantastic event here last weekend where they had relays through the generation swimming, every decade represented, all the way up to swimmers in their 70s going in on a handicap relay. Terrific event there, and so we wish all Warrender watchers all the best, although I think probably a lot of them, because being local, will be here in person. Into the breaststroke, it is one of their number, Eve Ritchie, who is looking good here.
And it's a really nice controlled swim with the breaststroke stretching forward. Nice pause out in the glide point of the stroke, the arms stretched out as the legs drive forward.
Leader at 4 metres over Elizabeth Clements. The rest at 103 to go. Play still fairly tight. Emma Sutherland just about holding on to it, but coming under pressure now from Lucy Thompson and Louisa Sinclair on the bottom of the pool. We're focusing on camera now on our leader, Eve Ritchie. She returns last 25 breaststroke. There's the Sunderland girl, Elizabeth Clements. Pack following her.
And we've had a tweet come in from Jodie Loresh, and swimmer on the British swimming stage, and swims out of Loughborough, and actually the other half of Robbie Rennick, and getting in touch with us to say that she's really enjoying the Scottish short course coverage, and great job with the chatting so far between yourself and myself on that one. So thanks for getting in touch on that, Jodie, and we'd love you to join us not just through this session but also for the final session tonight, where Robbie will be racing in that 200 freestyle final, which will be so quick, but there'll also be a host of other finals to look forward to as well.
Yep, so I'm part of the Jodie Loresh fan club after that, so we love you, Jodie. Love to have you come and swim here. 50 to go though for Eve Ritchie. 48.48 there, 2 seconds advantage, so you would expect her to be able to hold that for this last 50 metres. Just check on her entry time, 5:37. She did at East District Age Groups in November, bronze medalist there. And she's got about 3 metres in hand. I think she will improve on the time that she swam in Glenrothes here Elizabeth is putting in a strong finish as well. She's closed the gap, but it is Lee who takes it 5:24.48, so that's an excellent improvement.
It is, yeah, and a great finish as well from Elizabeth on that for a 5:25, so can't beat finishing fast.
So big PBs from the leading pair there. 5:25. Leave. Oh, it's hard work. Look at that.
It is.
I can't believe I just did that. You should see the summary, just some nice improvements she did. Now, there is your summary. Lee Ritchie 5:24.48 to win it. Elizabeth Clement second, 5:24.6. Louisa Sinclair through to take 5:23.31. So over there,
oh, that's great to see. Well done.
Have to up their game.
They are, yes. It's got to be rippling through the call room at the moment. Fast racing's to be had.
So we'll be looking to do that. Heather Lees in first and 1, Ellie Neal of Warner in 2, Katie Smith, Lee Lothian in 3, Eve Larson, 6 of Sunderland in 4, Kate Saxon of South Lanarkshire in 5, Mary McGurran of Maidenhead in 6, Rebecca Matheson of Stirling in 7, and Kirsten Laurie of first and 8.
So, that yellow hat making a great start in lane 3, but also eyes right up at the top of the screen, lane 1 for Heather Lees. And it's between those two girls at that first 50 who have really taken on the butterfly leg, making sure that their hips are nice and high through this second 50. And they're really using that kick to stay up on top of the water so that their arms just stretch forward, making sure we try to hold on. And you really want to be aiming to place those hands on a full stroke as you come to the wall to make that turn, so that you take all of that good speed, all of that good energy in, and you can bounce off the wall again, don't you, Duncan?
I'll tell you what, Andy, is never a fly swimmer myself, but Heather Lees there, leading them in. 1:12.56, so that is faster than we've seen by some 3 seconds from the previous couple of heats. 3 swimmers vying for second. Kirsten Laurie down the bottom of your pool there in the blue cap and in the centre lanes. Lane 3 and 4, Katie Smith, and just ahead of her, Eve Larson. But still, Heather Lees just has the edge over on the far side. So we watch the swimmers going through the turns.
Brilliant to see the action though coming from the edges of the pool here though, Duncan.
Yeah, right over there on the far side you can see there, just coming into the 150 mark, Heather Lees at just 1500 between lane 1 and lane 8.
And it's going to be exciting to see how this then progresses when we move into the breaststroke part of the racing, and seeing if some of the centre lanes can take hold and get back on terms. But at the moment we're up in lane 1 and also in lane 8, right on the edges. I think, it's tough to call at the moment, but is Kirsten Laurie leading at the moment, would you say?
It is tough to call, but keep an eye on lane 4. Eve Larson has sneaked back into the picture here as well as we come to halfway. Let's see who gets the touch. It was lane 8. It was Kirsten Laurie, 2:34.98. Just a bit of time in that backstroke compared with the earlier heat, so need to make it up now in the breaststroke. And it is very much a 3-way race now. Lots of water in between the 3 of them. Lane 1, lane 4 and lane 8 all up there. And then another foursome vying behind them for 4th place. Kirsten Laurie, who was leading as they went into the breaststroke, just falling away a little bit, and it's the Sunderland swimmer in lane 4, Eve Larson, who is looking the strongest here now, although Heather Lees is sticking to the task well. You can see her there on the far side in that silver grey cap. 21.15 against 3:22.48. Halfway through the breaststroke, so Heather has got to try and hang on here to Eve Larson to give us a chance in the freestyle. Kristen Laurie just fading away now and getting caught by the group behind her. So it's Eve in lane 4, is looking strong. You were looking for one of the centre lanes to take control. Well, Eve must have heard you, Andy.
She must have, yeah. She's either heard the call from me or from her coach Danny, who's also down on pool side watching intently as Eve's really stretching this breaststroke leg forwards and trying to make sure that she can put a bit of distance between herself and Heather. As we move through now, let's see what we can do on this final 100 metres. Good kicking off and off that turn, trying to really extend the lead that she has over Heather. She was swimming on the breaststroke.
Just under 4 seconds, the gap that she had there at the 300 mark, so that is a really good position. It's also great along to see beside the Sunderland coach there on the side of the pool to see some of her teammates there ready to urge her on and shouting to support her, and she will be hearing that, you would think.
Oh, definitely, yeah. That's got to be coming through as she takes that breath and looks over to the sides.
So Eve Larson then, entry time at 5:32. She's certainly got this heat in the bag. Let's see how fast she can get. She'll surely improve as she just goes through 5 minutes going into the final length. So you'd expect her to be at least 10 seconds, probably more, off her time of entry. Here she comes into the final 5 meters. And, well, a lot more, in fact. 5:18:45. So 14 seconds into the time. So once again we're seeing the big PBs coming in. Heather Lee's taking second. That was a good race from lane 1 from Heather, trying 28:33, and also a big improvement. Mary McGurran, what a finish from her. Hayden Hickel. Good strong finish to take third. So for you, Eve Larson, 5:18:35. Lee second, 5:28:33. Mary McGurran, 5:29:36. South London, she's almost probably bragging about Megan Smith in 2 and Katie Lilly in 3. In 4 we've got Borders, Jenny Adams, Lexi Holler at Arts in 5. Scully at Foundation in 6. Lindsay Sword at First in 7. Another Sunderland swimmer, that's Jennifer Sharp.
And it's right in the centre of the pool that we're looking for the early leader of Lexi Waller. Doing a great job on the first 50.
There's a couple of really promising young Hearts girls under head coach Phil Potter, time coach of Hearts. He's come to BSCA, Phil, for a number of years.
Yeah, he has been indeed, and also keeping an eye on Megan Smith right up at the top of the shot in the blue hat. Right along that top lane that you can see now, she's having a great swim up there, and it looks like she's taken over the lead on this one.
So good second half to that fly. She will be the 100 metre leader, 1:12:08, 9/10 up on Lexi with Jennifer Sharp. So once again, they're spread around the pool here, the leading group.
And as the backstrokers start to come into play and start to do battle, we're still watching these two lanes right up at the front. So lane 2 and lane 5 is where we're looking at the moment, between Megan Smith and Lexi Waller, and they're pretty even at the moment, Duncan. So be good to see if some of the girls at the bottom of the shot can get onto the same kind of level as them, and really develop this into a full race of the pool.
Yeah, Lexi, I think backstroke's probably her strongest event, so she'll be looking to try and take control here, but also going very well. Lindsay Saws coming up into third place in lane 7, so she is sticking around here and about 3 or 4 meters behind Lexi and catching up with Megan Smith here. Not too far behind her, North Ayrshires Emma Scully. So these 4, led by Waller, as we approach halfway. She's got, what, 4 meters on second and third. The halfway point, let's just check the split here, 2:31.36. So again, the pace is picked up. 3 seconds faster than the previous heat at this stage.
Which is a great point there, but I think that lead's going to be tested now, Duncan. I think that we've got some girls that are going to really try and start coming back through the field, and Lindsay Swords really liking the look of her breaststroke at the moment as she's really powering towards that wall.
Yeah, Emma Scully as well is just behind Lindsay, and lane 4, Jenny Adams is worth keeping an eye on as well. She's suddenly starting to look powerful here. Still, Waller has it halfway through the breaststroke. Can she hold it together in the second half of the breaststroke? Lead has shrunk somewhat, 3:20.29. She's got 2.7 up on Scully, getting the touch there in second place, but Scully and Saw pretty much together. And then behind them, Adams and Megan Smith. Could get interesting here. Waller will be trying to keep it as boring as she can, as she tries to keep the space between her and the pair behind her. Threesome really now behind them, with Jenny Adams joining them.
That's right, quite a few different styles of breaststroke here as they approach this wall.
Shot as they come to the 300 mark, and there you see them going through the turn, 4:09.50, and they lost quite a lot of time on the previous heat in that breaststroke, just showing the pressure that Lexi was under. So he lost his time at that point, was 4:06.90, so we need a really strong freestyle here from Lexi. Pull it back and see anyway if any of the others can continue to close the gap. Waller consolidating a position now. She's back onto one of her more favoured strokes. So coming up 50 to go.
So let's have a look at them on this turn here. Still holding on to this really strong lead here, Duncan. She's really stretching away, looking at that really fast leg kick. It's really helping drive the stroke forward. That's what we want it to be, staying in this nice streamlined position.
Final turn then, Waller will not be caught, but there's a cracking race going on for second place there. You can see them all turning there pretty much together down into the last length. Then maybe it's the North Ayrshire girl just got the edge there, but the best girl, Jenny Adams, is chasing, but Emma Scully behind Lexi Waller, who's coming into the last few meters. So Waller takes it, 5:24.03, and a 6-second improvement for her. Second place, Emma Scully, and third place, Jenny Adams. Second separating them in the end.
Great racing again there though. We're just seeing race after race the girls standing up and delivering personal best times and really great performances.
Yeah, there's definitely prepared well for this one. The youngsters to the more senior swimmers. It's been good preparation. Had their own strategy as to where they are in their training programs and just how seriously to take it, but some of these are using us the answers with some great times. There's the summary of that heat. Lexi Waller, 5:24.03. The winner, Emma Scully, second, 5:26.08. Jenny Adams there, 5:27. To heat 6 to 10, so in the second half of this event, and indeed of first goes in 1, we have Harrison Highland in 2, Claire Maloney of Carnegie in 3, Sophie Smith, Margaret Thomas in 4, Lisa Rucker first in 5, Christy Johnson of Erie in 6, Katrina Bowley of Nesha in 7, Megan Bowie, Aberdeen.
And at the first turn, it's the Carnegie swimmer Claire Maloney that is opening up the proceedings of Heat 6. And she's really attacking the fly leg here, Duncan, and really starting to try and put a little bit of distance between herself and the rest of the swimmers. But I'm going to keep an eye on lane 7 as well, down at the bottom of the screen, Katrina Fowley, and she's also looking strong swimming from lane 7, so a little bit of a tussle for second place at the moment as well.
It's time to see some of the 14-year-olds make their appearance here. It's been mainly 12 and 13-year-olds up to now. So we expect to see that greater experience and greater strength. She's starting to tell here. Claire, who has had a very strong weekend of performances. We've been talking about her. She's posting good movies on a regular basis. She can well do the same here. Second place, as you said, and Katrina Bowley in lane 7 ahead of Sophie Smith, the youngster from Arbroath. 2 just behind Laura Harrison. So good for also 5. Through the backstroke, she leads by just over 3 seconds. 2 second gap to Smith. Here's Claire. A head position in backstroke. Would you like to see the head? Is that good from Claire there?
Possibly looking bringing the head back just a little bit more. You want it to try and be in that nice neutral position on the backstroke. So be able to look towards Lizzie Simmons and Georgia Davies are 2 of 8 incredible backstrokers in that A final for those girls tonight. And for that 100, definitely tune in to see that, because they are perfect examples of where that head position should be.
First now, and still it is Claire Maloney from Katrina these 2. Sophie Smith and Laura Harrison.
Notably for impressive backstrokers as well, and for next weekend, we're not sure, but Missy Franklin was to turn up to that duel in the pool. She would be another incredible backstroker to take notes from, because she's won 1 or 2 medals through that discipline, right?
As well as a person to try and make a young swimmer do a lot worse than choose. Missy Franklin has your role model.
Yeah, quite agree with that. As you see these girls swimming well through this this breaststroke part of this 400 IM, it's always such a long, tough race, and got a lot of respect for these girls who've come in today to really pitch themselves against the rest of the girls in Scotland in their age group, and race in this incredible arena to see if they can get best times and beat some rivals as well. So great to see so many girls here and really applying themselves all the way through this race.
So I don't think Claire Maloney is going to be caught here as they go into the freestyle. There's good swims from the breaststroke over on the far side, Anya Reid and Laura Harrison, and they've projected up into second and third. They're just ahead now from Katrina Bowley. So they continue to build on that first one. Anya Reid in second place, but quite a long way behind Claire. So this is going to be Claire's race. 28.50 her entry time here. Fastest time so far, 5:18.45. That was the last thing a couple of weeks ago. Let's see if Claire can get faster than that. Turning for home. It's going to be around that time, I think. Just seeing the clock coming up towards 5:10 now. I think she will be faster than less than half a length to go. Got 5:15.16. Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, just outside it. 5:18.80, but a good swim. Nice PB of nearly enough 10 seconds right there. Second, Sophie Smith. Great freestyle there to her, because she is a really strong distance freestyler, the youngster from St Thomas. Took some change there again in the positions there in freestyle. So as you say, everything changes. The official result there, down the low 5:18.18. Sophie Smith second, 5:23.94. Katrina Pack 5:23.96. 8-7 next. Brody of South Lanarkshire lead, Jessica Damon Royal 4, Gemma Brown first to 9, Caroline McIntosh sits about 6, Elsa Beck, South Lanarkshire 7, and now lead
8. And good mix of abilities and stroke discipline swimmers here in this event here, so be interested to see how this one plays out. And great start from a couple of the girls, but most notably lane 7, Elsa Beck. She's really starting to take this on now. I think she's taken the lead. And just whilst they continue through this butterfly leg, just checking the tweets. I've had Ross tweet in, and he says there's some impressive swimming from Warrender, and to keep it up. So thanks for the tweet on that one. And if anybody else wants to get in touch, got the hashtag there, SGSC13 live. And if you could send in any of the people that you're supporting today, we will try and get that shouted out for you. So thanks for getting in touch, Ross.
So first sub 110 split for the 100 fly section of this first IM. Came from Elsa Beck in lane 7. Anisha tidy set of performances. Be a strong program. So just south of Aberdeen, West Hill, Stonehaven, it's around there. Just over a second now. Against Brody's 1:71. Gemma Brown in the mix as well, 1:51.12 in lane 5. I think Gemma has placed into second place now, ahead of Brody. There's back. 7. 3 meters up.
And Ailsa's still looking very good at the moment. They're swimming from South Aberdeen, and you mentioned about Gary and his development of those swimmers in South Aberdeen. And as we move on to the breaststroke leg, it's important to remember that Gary coached Kerry Buchan for a number of years through Kerry's development days, and as she turned to break into those senior teams, and actually coached her when she went to her first Commonwealth Games in Melbourne back in '06. So great to see him still producing some strong swimmers. And if you're interested and excited just as much as we are in the Commonwealth Games that are going to be in Glasgow this summer, then please do remember that tickets are now on sale for the Scottish Gas National Championships from the 3rd till the 6th of April, and that's the first Commonwealth Games qualifier that'll be raced at Tollcross. So if you want tickets for that, get to Ticketmaster, and the link's on screen now. Also racing at Tollcross next weekend's Duel in the Pool, where Europe are up against America. So we'll see Michael Jameson leading that team for Europe. And also early bird tickets for the Scottish Swimming Awards can be found at that last link there as well for the 13th of September for that awards ceremony. So get in touch for those ones, guys.
Gemma Brown is having a pretty good breaststroke leg here, and she is just about on terms with Elizabeth now, towards 300. There's only about a metre between them, so lined up for a good tight freestyle contest to finish off this race. At the 300 bar, it is still Beck, but only by a tenth now, 4:04.71. They are faster than the previous heats by about 2.5 seconds. So let's see who the freestyler is between these two. There's still just about a metre between them, then a big gap to a three-way contest for third, then two behind them. And Beck Holbis, Gemma Brown just nicked past her in the closing stages.
She really has been looking good all the way through this, Ailsa Beck from lane 7, so she can hold on, then it would be a real gutsy swim from lane 7, but I know that she's going to come under a little bit of pressure from Gemma Brown now as they really wind it up for the final 50.
So she had half a second of an advantage as they went through the 350 turn, and she must still have about that at 375. As they come down, then it's looking like Ailsa Beck should hold Gemma Brown at bay. In fact, if anything, she's building a lead now as she goes to the legs and ups her stroke rate and comes in with a nice swim, 5:15.34. That is the fastest that we've seen so far. And another good PB, 10 and a bit seconds. So they keep on coming in. PBs.
I know it feels like the times we have written down in front of us are just more important about what the names are. The numbers just don't really mean much today, do they?
That's right. So just waiting for that result to be made official. There it is. It's about 5:24. Caroline McIntosh. Still, this one, because this is it's a little red, this doesn't go through to it anymore. So we will be presenting medals to the top 3 session.
That's a great feeling, knowing that you've only got to go through it once and you can get right in the mix to win those medals from any heat and any lane.
So so that time for 5:15 was about past the 8 times any of these swimmers in heat 8. Just running through that field, we have Diana McInnes of Hearts and One, Amy Henshaw, City of Sunderland in 2, Katie Wilson of Aberdeen in 3, Katie Taylor of Preston in 4, Kirsten McKinley of Greyhound 6 in 5, Swanson of Hearts in 7, Alan Morrison of St Thomas in 7, Lizzie Cleland
Best Mongolian swimmer taking turn there for the first 50 from Amy Henshaw, City of Sunderland.
And 6, Rory Swanson, over on the far side. Fellow Heart swimmer Diana McInnes along with Amy Henshaw. Right, Diana in fact has just got the edge here. Forever young fly swimmer from Hearts.
Yeah, notably, memory serves me right. It was Louise Pate that used to swim out of Hearts and Midlothian. So it would seem that Phil Potter has a real strength at teaching that stroke and coaching it through to great success, it would seem.
And Amy Henshaw just got the edge going 11.66. Good tussle going on here. All swimmers all very close. The Amy Henshaw might just have the edge, although now moving up Katie Taylor in lane 4 and Mari Swanson coming back into it in lane 6. In fact, Mari might just have gone back into the lead.
Yeah, I think that turn from Mari there was really strong, and I think that carried a lot of great energy out, and it's a turn that got her the lead on that one there. Real transition into the stroke, up, kicking away. I think those turns are really helping her on that backstroke.
She seems to pick up maybe a half a metre or so on those turns, but Katie Taylor, I think, will come back as this race progresses. She is looking pretty strong as well here. Place now for Amy Henshaw and a group of others. behind her, but it is Hearts versus first at the moment. Swanson and Taylor. Halfway point, there's not a lot to choose between them. It is just Mari Swanson 2:30.33. A little slower than the previous heat at the halfway point, but could put that right here in the breaststroke. Swanson getting a nice transition into the breaststroke. They just seem to pick up about a metre from Taylor. And coming up now is the Wren girl, Kirsty McGinley. I mentioned her in the commentary before, but she is now starting to figure in lane 5. Oh, and a great push off the wall there as she finished her turn.
This breaststroke leg really showing where some of the key breaststrokers are in the field, and starting to see quite a juggle about of the places again now, Duncan.
Yeah, so Mari Swanson is going to come under intense pressure, I think, in this next 50 metres from Kirsty McGinley, who has come from nowhere really in the last 75 metres or so, and she's now just a metre back on Mari Swanson, with Katie Taylor having Katie Wilson, another one that we haven't mentioned, the Aberdeen swimmer, in lane 3. Chasing down Katie Taylor for 3rd place. But it is Swanson and McGinley at the front, about 4 or 5 metres up now. Still Swanson just about hanging on to the lead, but I'm not sure for much longer. And McGinley go past her before they go into the freestyle. I think she will just, but it really will be a freestyle battle now. It is McGinley getting the touch, 4:04.85, pretty much now the same time as the previous heat. So let's see who the freestyler is between these two.
Oh, they look very well matched at the moment. They seem to be going stroke for stroke. Could it also be another battle of who's got the better turns?
And there wasn't much between their turns there either. So the two of them side by side, then a group of 4 on the far side, led in lane 3 by Katie Wilson. But those 4 are not going to catch the leading 2, 50 to go. And they're absolutely together there, just a couple of tenths separating them. McGinley getting the better turn that time though.
Yeah, she looked really strong up and out of that one, so let's see if she can just keep that leg kick going to try and make a breakaway. But it would be great to see if Swanson can work hard off this wall.
Well, she certainly is working ever so hard there, and she's still right in touch here, and she has got the bit between her teeth here. Mari Swanson is coming right back here, and I think she's going to come through to take this one from McGinley. It's Mari Swanson. What a gutsy swim from the Hart swimmer, 5:15.65.
Brilliant race in there, brilliant comeback down that last leg.
7-second improvement for Mari. Just behind a good scrap for 3rd as well. But it's Amy Henshaw coming strongly back from the style to take 3rd place.
Malcolm Dahl is coming immediately to the top balcony section. So Malcolm Dahl is in the pool, spectating. Please come along. Top balcony to the record. Announcer's desk, please.
Just thinking about that one.
Top balcony and the spectators. Malcolm Dahl.
It is confirmed. We'll be discussing the times and the finish order. They always check the finish orders. They also check the backup times. They check the discrepancies between the on time and backup time. And there is the result. Mari Swanson 5:15.60. In the second, 5:16. See those red buttons that are on the box there. Just press that to the 7 So 2 heats to go. Brad Thompson and City at 1. Mackenzie at 2.
Girls 14 years and under, 400 metres, individual medley.
Dolphins at 6, Louise Fair at 7,
And we're really seeing the strength of Lauren Hudson's underwater work here as she really starts to go clear of the field on the butterfly opener. got about a body length up on her nearest competitor, which looks to be Nikki Miller from South Lanarkshire at the moment in the blue hat. But eyes firmly set on centre of the pool, orange hat there of Lauren, and let's see, I think we can back this up with a really good backstroke leg as well.
Lauren's not a swimmer I've seen too much of, so we'll certainly learn through this race what her strengths is, but certainly fly, you would count in them. First 100 split 107.61 is a lot faster than anything we've seen. Best that starts for the newborn girl. Contest for second, lane 3, Nikki Miller, and Louise Fair in lane 7. She has done such a shot there, she is now, and also on the far side, Katie McKenzie and Thompson, but none of them getting close at the moment to Lauren Hodgson. So we said we wanted him back up with his strong backstroke, and you can see exactly that, Andy.
Yeah, it's looking very smooth so far, and the rest of the positions for second and third, it's spread out across the pool at the moment, and a little bit of a battle going on from Nikki Miller in lane 3 to lane 7, Louise Fair. So it'll be interesting to see how that one goes, and also keeping an eye on the top lanes as well. So a lot of action could be coming from all over the pool for second and third, but quite a clear leader at the moment, Duncan.
Any sort of pressure in the breaststroke, if there is going to be an attack, that would be where it will come. She is at the moment 8 seconds faster than she's 6 seconds faster than she's in an excellent position to set a good time to challenge the swimmers who are coming up in the Masters heat. She's got to do it the hard way though, no one to chase her down. This is all about concentration and focus on the detail of her own swim. No surprise to see Katie McKenzie emerging from the pack in lane 2, a strong breaststroker from the Highland swim team in lane 2. Nikki Miller doing her best to go with her. So they are second and third here. And Nikki Miller is going with her, so both of them going well, but there's your leader. Long way clear still, Lauren Hodgson, about 7 or 8 meters. So they're not really dented the lead at all in the breaststroke so far. Running out of time now to do anything about this lead of Lauren Hodgson. Still very tight, really. All 7 of the remaining 8 swimmers could come through and take second spot here. It's McKenzie and Miller who are battling for it at the moment, a metre or so ahead of Thompson on the far side and the swimmers in the centre, but all behind Lauren Hodgson. She goes into the freestyle 3:55.32.
This is really impressive how she's taken this on, and this is really going to set down quite a tough target for the next team. They're going to have to keep an eye on this time, and we'll also have to keep a note of it as well, won't we,
Duncan? Well, race still going on for second place as Nikki Miller has just moved into second. You can see there the group of 5 of them now defending it. Coming up nicely in lane 6 is Kate McPhee, the swimmer from Annie Golkins in Northumberland. And she is now challenging for second place. She is coached by Ali White's sister.
Is that right?
Yep. So good family connection here to Scottish Swimming. Ali White, of course, the performance director of Scottish Swimming. But the best she's going to get is second place here if she can get past Nikki Miller, which she looks to be doing, although Coulter coming up strongly in 5 is Anya Sordi. But here we go, coming in here, Lauren Hodgson, 5:05.99, taking out that time, everybody. So see how we do in the final heat. It was Kate McPhee taking second by a couple of tenths. 12:04 from Nikki Miller, very close there, second, third, fourth. Is Hodgson. It is 5:09. Lauren second.
All that race racing all the way through of the choppy change, and it always comes down to a sprint.
Sophia
Green developing into down to the city position. Chanel stand first and four. Scrum show White in the precinct 6. Jessica Thompson sitting out in 7. Jodie had some shout outs on the Twitter feed from the Elgin area, so I'm sure they'll be getting behind Sophia Green here in lane 2. She'll need your help here. She's in the pack behind our leader, who is lane 5, Marissa Armijo. Continuing a very strong Sunderland showing here. Jodie Bunker, fellow Sunderland swimmer, going really nicely on the near side, and then in lane 4 it's Chanel Sned that passed the century time. Lane 6, Eve White at the free, so let's just check. Lauren Hodgson split 107.61, so this is faster, 105.92. Marissa Armijo second, Jodie Bunker, so Sunderland 1-2 at this stage. Chanel Snedden in third, but I think she's no longer in third, she's moved up into second now. Snedden in lane 4. So let's see if she can start to close Armijo's lead here. It's about a body length. Tight for third now. Bunker in lane 8, White in lane 6, and then in between them Jessica Thompson and Sophia Green that we talked about at the top of the heat in lane 2 in that group as well.
Still looking good though for Armijo. She's looking really strong up out of that turn. Not much being done to that lead now, just a lot more like Snedden just kind of sticking up that same point, just around the feet of Armijo. The battle for third, we've got it really hotting up to third place at the moment, with Eve White just coming under a bit of pressure from Jessica Thompson now.
Yeah, it's getting really tight for third place, but Snedden is still in touch here with Armijo as they come towards the end of the backstroke. She's about 2.5 meters back. It will be very interesting to see how that progresses in the breaststroke. The lead about 1.7 for Armijo, 2:20.10. And that's about 2 seconds faster than Hodgson's halfway split, but straight away Snedden has closed that down, and she's just about on terms now. Did not even finish the first length of the breaststroke yet, so wow, look at Chanel Snedden going here. She's right side by side with Armijo now, and she'll be looking to really put in the sword here. Snedden moving into the lead now. She's got about half a metre on Armijo. There's still another 50 breaststroke to go, so Snedden will want to take full advantage of that to really press home her breaststroke advantage. Third place now, Jessica Thompson had that, a little bit of space for her over the others, but it is Snedden in lane 4, going well.
She's going so strong here, Duncan. We've got some great support here from a lot of the parents down just below us, and I think they're really cheering on Chanel Snedden there. She really opens up almost a body length over Marissa Armijo there. So could this be the break that almost breaks Armijo, do we think?
Well, I don't think she's quite out of the woods yet. The Snedden has got a good advantage, but there's still 100 freestyle to go, 3:45.67. They're now about 10 seconds faster than Hodgson in the previous heat, so this is for gold and silver here. Can Armijo claw it back in the freestyle leg? She's got 2 seconds to make up, but she's looking good here.
Yeah, it's looking like it could come down to a head-to-head, right down to the wire again. Great leg kick from Snedden though in the blue hat. She's really powering away, but Armijo's strong as well. This is so hard to call. I think she's closing the gap a little bit though, Duncan.
She definitely is. Let's see what the gap is with 50 to go. It's less than a second now. So Armijo is closing here. We're going to have a thriller in the pool here at the Royal Commonwealth Pool, coming to the final length. Snedden still has 1.5 meters, and it looks like she's going to be able to do enough to hold this one. Armijo has to put in one last great effort here. She's really going some here, but it's going to be Snedden surely is going to hold this. The leader's shrinking with every stroke, but Snedden just holds on. Oh, what a good swim from the pair of them. 4:50.88 and 4:51.38. Fantastic stuff there. A real head-to-head. That's just what we want to see.
That was an exciting one right there. That was, yeah, top racing. You can't get much better than that, can you?
Touching the third place, Jessica Thompson, Sydney
Added to Marissa Armiger there. She was basically quite a deficit to make up. She was down. She really pushed him. And a good silver medal for her troubles. Just keeping an eye on that. The official results. Ned, 4:15. And that time from Jessica Thompson, 5:02.82 is 3 seconds past the world record. She will be confirmed as the bronze medalist. So Jessica is wanting to take that up to Aberdeen. The silver going to Sunderland and the gold going to Falkirk. Just running through the summary of all of the positions there. There's 9th to 16th and 17th to 24th, and so we go. So look out for your favourite swimmer, favourite clubs as we go through.
And also, just having a little look on the news feed here, we've just been informed that Michael Jamieson, who's racing out at the European short course out in Denmark, is through to the men's 200 metre breaststroke there. So it's great news. Well done for that, Mike, and all the best for the final on that one. We'll be rooting for you there, buddy.
Yeah, that's good news. He was finalist in the 100 breaststroke on the first night. Broke the British record in the semi-finals there. So we're obviously on good form here, and we'll be looking for great things in the 200, which of course is his favourite event.
Yeah, so we'll definitely keep an eye on that racing and try and bring you any of the updates on that as we hear them.
Meanwhile, we've seen the girls, and now we'll go to the boys 400 IM. And looking at the start sheets, we've got 9 heats here, and the first set of heats are ready to go. The lineup in Heat 1, Jamie Murray of Stirling in 1, Paul Miller of Aberdeen in 2, Richard Faulkner of South Ayrshire in 3, William Balfour of North Lanarkshire in 4, Vincent Shastas of Stirling in 5, Daniel Ferguson of West Lothian in 6, Finley Chure of Best in 7, and Brodie Savage of Warrender in 8. Perfect start in 3 from Richard Faulkner, the South Ayrshire swimmer. 40.02, so he's taking it out hard here. So a strong programme in South Ayrshire under Byron Stedeker.
Yeah, and looking so dynamic through this this first opening 100 here. It's just that's just an incredible lead that he's opened up just in that opening 100. Really nice dynamic stroke, staying up on top of the water, hits the wall really well on a full stroke and bounces straight back out onto that backstroke leg. So he's done everything right that he could to set up for a really strong opening for this swim. So all the best for him through the rest of this as we turn our attention to some of the other swimmers and see if we can watch some of these, hopefully try and get back into to this race and in line for some personal bests.
You can see what a big lead that Richard has opened up in the fly, which he's holding on to in the backstroke. You see there as he goes through the turns, the next best in lane 1, Jamie Murray, was just going through past the 10 metre marker. So it's a big lead early on in this 400 IM.
And so smooth with that stroke as well there, Duncan. He's got really great technical skills, head positioning, his back in line, so he's looking right up at the sky, and he's holding that head nice and still, so it's keeping a good line for the rest of the body to just try and rotate around. So he's doing well. That leg kick's kicking up all the time. Nice tidy turn as he moves into the breaststroke leg. Good pull out under the water and breaks out. and a real long stretch on that stroke. So technically some great skills being shown at the front of the race here. And second place, keeping our eyes up at the top there. And Jamie Murray from Stirling having a really good go at the first half of the race, and starting to work hard through this breaststroke part now.
But a long way back now from Richard. Jamie Murray about 3 meters up on lane 8 and lane 4. Brodie Savage and William Balfour. Or lane 7 rather, I should say. Finley Dewar it is that's challenging for third place. I think Richard Faulkner's probably breaststroke's not his strongest stroke here, but he's still holding his lead very comfortably, but maybe being eaten into marginally, but not enough to really impact the final result. You wouldn't have thought. Moving into second place now, William Balfour of North Lanarkshire. That big saltire on his cap.
Yeah, Richard still looking really strong there. Not getting a lot of propulsion through that arm stroke. Not really getting the final scoop together with the hands to try and really get any propulsion through those arms. But still holding on to the lead. But what a great comeback here into this from William Balfour. Not really that comfortable on the first opening part through that first 200, but really come back through the field for this part now.
So still a 7-second advantage for Richard Faulkner over William Balfour. So I think he'll be glad that the breaststroke is over now and he can go back to freestyle. So very good strength on fly, backstroke, and now on freestyle. 4:26.04 with 50 to go. See whether he's built his 7-second lead up again. Let's have a look at Balfour's split. 4:34, yes, so it's back over 8 seconds now, and Jusajtas is coming in to try and attack Balfour in the closing stages. You'll see them coming into shot very soon. Well, no, in fact, just missed it there as we focus on the leader. So it is Richard Faulkner, and this is a great race from Heat 1. So coming in there, and 4:59.47, so knocking under the 5 minutes there for Richard Faulkner. That is a 19-second best time there. Jusajtas coming through to sneak second from Balfour, 5:06.96. Balfour third. We'll wait for confirmation of that, but there is the winner, Richard Faulkner. Kind of him to turn round. We'd love them all to do that, I think, when we get the shot on them. Need to put that into the swimmer briefing pack, I think. As we wait for our summary, final swimmer just coming in there. And then 2. There we have the result confirmed. Now, Richard Faulkner, 4:59.47. Jusajtas second, 5:06.96. Just behind him is Balfour. So, good first heat to get us underway. Another big PB following in the girls' footsteps here. So, Richard Faulkner delighted to duck under 5 minutes there, I would think. As we move to Heat 2. Rory Lawless of Carnegie in 1, Conor McCormack of Kinross in 2, Alistair McGee of Kilmarnock in 3, Billy Davis of South Lanarkshire in 4, Duncan McKinney of North Lanarkshire in 5, Archie Goodburn of Warrender in 6, Scott Bertels, Dundee City Aquatics in 7, Callum Mackay of Warrender in 8.
I think the touch at the end of the 50, Alistair just getting them off, 31.10.
What a great opening here when we look to Alistair McGee here opening up in the butterfly leg. Lane 3 seeming to be the choice for the butterfly swimmers through this IM at the moment, but not letting him get away. We've got a great charge here by Billy Davies as well from South Lanarkshire, and a lot more evenly matched through this heat. Great to see as they hit this turn. 1:07 the leader.
Yeah, 107.95 Alistair McGee, so that's 3 seconds behind Richard Faulkner's split. Of course, we could see varying fortunes here. Richard very strong on fly, good on back, good on free, and just slightly dodgy on breaststroke, and these ones may have different strengths from that. Still it is lane 4 now, Billy Davis taking it on. So Davis over on the far side, Rory Lawless is pretty close. Lane 3, Alistair McGee. Lane 8, Callum Mackay. So still, well, all 8 swimmers really have time to come through and take this one. Davis still with the narrow advantage in lane 4, about a metre and a half up. So lanes 1, 4 and 8 at the moment are a little group of 3, and then another group of 3, 2, 3 and 5. So the leading group, Lawless in 1, Davis in 4 and Mackay in 8, and nothing really as they all turn. 225s, 8.5, Lawless just getting the touch.
Yeah, brilliant there to see that that the swimmers right on the edges as well are having a great swim out and really trying to stay on terms and hunt down the leader Billy Davies in the middle in that blue hat.
Davis, I think breaststroke is his strongest suit, so he'll be looking to try and take full advantage here. Certainly Rory Lawless, who led going into the breaststroke, has faded away now, so he's going to just try and endure this next 60 odd meters as Davis trying to stamp his authority on things now. The nearest challenge to him, Callum Mackay, is now over 3 seconds back, and then McCormack, the Kinross swimmer, in 3rd place, and the coach David Haig there up the M90. Heading down towards the 300 mark, Billy Davis.
Really stretching forward in this, and it was a great underwater section there as well, so powering forward, really, you can have a look and see how much power we're getting from the kick as the legs are snapping back together there, so being a real key to his breaststroke there.
And 3:52.17, so he's made up a lot of the time on Richard Faulkner, but still about a second back, so needs a strong freestyle here to just back that brilliant breaststroke up. It is now Conor McCormack, I think, against Callum Mackay for 2nd place, with 4th place Archie Goodburn in lane 6 for us ahead of Rory Lawless in 1. But Davies well clear now, so breaststroke the difference once again as he turns 50 to go, about 8 meters up, 4:27.99. So that's what, about a 36-second split, just under that. So add that on, we're talking about maybe something like a 5:03 here. Let's assume a bit of a spread should get him a bit under that maybe. See if he can really dig in and get the motors going down this last length. Certainly upped his stroke rate. Legs not doing that much. The arms working really hard. And he comes in 5:02.84. So Davis 12 seconds of an improvement. So again the PB is rolling in. Mackay second, 5:08.99. Good improvement from him as well. And Conor McCormack third, 5:09.28. We're just having some reports of possible DQs in this one. I don't think it's going to affect the leaders. We'll just wait to see how that turns out once the official result is called. So there are 2 disqualifications, Duncan McKinney and Scott Birtles, but the top 3, Billy Davis 5:02.84, Callum Mackay second 5:08.99, and Conor McCormack third 5:09.28. So we move straight on to heat 3, 100 times 5, to 5:14, so it's still going to make a big PB to beat that time of Richard Faulkner's, Andy.
It is, yeah, and just looking at the lineup, we're going to need to see some real gutsy swims as we come out here.
So the field, Liam Buchanan of North Lanarkshire in 1, Charlie Smith of East Lothian in 2, Adam Airley of North Lanarkshire in 3, Scott Lilburn of First in 4, Ian Fletcher, Mulgai and Bearsden in 5, Fraser Samuel of East Lothian in 6, Ryan Buchanan of North Lanarkshire in 7, Jeremy Scott of Warrender in 8.
So Adam Ailey was looking really fierce off that start. You could see a lot of energy being used on that first length. So hopefully he's thought this race through, and he's got enough to really see the racing all the way through the 400 meters. As we watch our leader at the moment, Ian Fletcher.
Yeah, Ian just getting nicely into his stride now and starting to pull away from Adam Airley, and the two on the near side, Ryan Buchanan and Jeremy Scott, 2 Buchanan boys. I think they're twins there, Liam and Ryan, lanes 1 and lane 7, so obviously very well matched on entry times and adjacent to each other. 1:05.56 though is the split for Ian Fletcher. Still a second back on Richard Faulkner's split though. Yeah, he's got a good position for himself.
He has. He's got a bit of clear water ahead of him there, and he's able to try and hopefully stretch up and try and get some good splits in through this backstroke swimming.
Yeah, there's a good strike going on the near side of the pool. You can just see that at the bottom of your screen there. Red cap Jeremy Scott and the silver cap Ryan Buchanan and the yellow cap of Fraser Samuel. They're all vying for second and third, and also a similar scrap going on the other side. You can just see some of that at the top of your screen there, but still in the white cap leading the way is Ian Fletcher. Ryan Bearsden swim out.
It's a good strong name, Ian Fletcher. It's good. Fletcher's a strong name, so I think he's going to carry that through just on that in this race today here.
So halfway point, 2:22.58. So a 1:17 split for his backstroke. But suddenly he's coming under threat now, and it's Jeremy Scott leading the charge. Fraser Samuel as well looking interested in this one in the yellow cap in lane 6. It's almost as if he sort of gave up the ghost a bit there as he went into the breaststroke.
It seemed that way, yeah, it did indeed. But fantastic split being put in here from Jeremy Scott down right on the bottom right hand side of the screen you're watching in that red hat of Warrender. But the touch is going to be Fraser Samuel at this turn.
Yep, by 4/10 from Jeremy Scott. So Ian Fletcher trying to just get his rhythm back now. I don't quite know what happened there, whether he slipped in his turn or something. Something happened, definitely.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he'd been putting together such a strong race up to that point. But here the guys go, and if you have picked up any of the things so far that you feel like we're missing, then please do get in touch on the Twitter. The link was just up in the top right hand corner there, and it's hashtag SGSC13Live, and get in touch, let us know what you're seeing on the screens as well.
So Fraser Samuel, that's a terrific breaststroke leg from him, 3:51.51, almost now on terms with Richard Faulkner's split, which is still the one to beat. Fraser, another one who wasn't doing an awful lot of swimming, and this season has decided to take it pretty seriously. His mother, a well-known referee in the east of Scotland, and Fraser really working hard at training at the moment, and that's bearing very good fruit here. Jeremy Scott will be doing his best to try and close him down in the final 50. They're going into that now, and Samuel with about 2 to 3 meters advantage, about 1.9 is the gap. So Scott is not necessarily completely out of this one yet, but with the meters, drying up. It's looking more and more like Fraser Samuel is going to take this one. There's a terrific contest for third place. Four swimmers, just saw them going past in your shot there. As we focus on the leader there, East Lothian swim teams, Fraser Samuel is going to bring this in there. You see his nearest rival, Jeremy Scott, but it's Samuel, 5:01.29. So still Richard Faulkner's time is the fastest from Heat 1, but that was a good swim from Fraser. 12 second improvement. Jeremy Scott as well, 5:02.70, and that's scrap for third. Just a 100th minute in the end. Ryan Buchanan and Adam Airley. Again, hints that there might be disqualification. Again, I don't think they will leaders.
That final setup, the swimmers just showing how the lead was jumbled amongst a number of the swimmers in that field throughout that 400. So really find it difficult to predict. We're also just seeing that Hannah Miley's into the final of the 400 IM at the European Short Course, so sounds like it's going to be a really exciting night for Scottish Swimming again here, so best of luck to her as well.
Into this one, first in one, and Ryan Reese in 3, Jacob March 4, Patrick Smith is out there, she in 6, Spencer Rayleigh in 7, and Blake Beaton 7. Over the first 50, just the senior swimmers, so maybe just getting a few kicks and pains, maybe sniffles and snuffles. These youngsters now just putting out to get kind of rapidly, such as Upland, Logan Jemison and Berwick. Still 6 quality swimmers for the 2-5 here. Away in lead 3 is the free swimmer Danny Ryan. 5:03 at the free speed. So go. Second side central time here, so still looking for someone to enjoy Richard Faulkner on the 5 minutes. 7:24, there is fastest butterfly split. So these guys will have to pick it up in the remaining elements of the race. Erie swimmer Spencer Grady is coming up strongly in the inhale. Blue cap in lane 7. You see him there on the screen, and it looks like he's now just got the edge. Andrew England and Patrick Smith third. So he does get a touch here. Through the backstroke it is O'Grady. 6, 7, 8, second up, Ryan.
Really long arm strokes here from lane 7. O'Grady looking nice and strong. Great pull, sweeping right down, right past the short, so using the full length of the arm stroke to make sure propelling himself forward, and it's given him the advantage already on this backstroke piece of this IM. But
keep an eye on Andrew England in lane 5. He's made good progress in this backstroke, and he's got himself into contention here. So halfway point, 2:23.58. Grady leading the way. England second, 2:24.51. Quite like that sound, England second. I think we'll have that in the Commonwealth Games, shall we? As long as it's Scotland first, not Australia.
Yeah, I think that the Commonwealth Games, in that sense, is going to really be interesting for which of the nations come forward with some strong teams. Sure that Australia, they're having disappointing London Olympics, they'll really want to try and put that right and step forward again. So yeah, I think that the race is going to be fierce and explosive once that does come to town in Glasgow.
So if you're watching us from south of the border, then get your tweets in to tell us just how well you think England are going to do in the Commonwealth Games. And if you are watching us from Oz or else further away, then get involved as well in the discussion.
Yeah, we'd be interested to hear what you've got to say, so do send your tweets to hashtag SGSC13live and let us know what you're thinking.
And this is shaping up into a nice race here. O'Grady still just about got the edge, but Andrew England and Daniel Ryan coming right back into this as well. So as they come towards the end of the breaststroke, there's these three. Also a late charge coming up from Jacob Marchbank of Perth City trying to join this group. But it is still O'Grady, 3:52.79. We've been at a lot of swimmers on the 3:51, 3:52 at this stage. Pretty much in every heat so far. So we need a strong freestyle leg for somebody to just join Richard Faulkner in the sub 5 minute club. So coming towards 3:50, O'Grady is doing it the hard way here, leading narrowly throughout, and so far he's holding it, but Ryan is starting to come back at him now, and the gap is only about a quarter of a second. 4:28.18 against 4:28.53. Now Daniel Ryan, the early leader in the butterfly, he lost it a little bit in the back of breaststroke, but coming back fighting here in the freestyle. So final turn then, and it's between these two. O'Grady in lane 2 from Daniel Ryan in lane 3, and O'Grady looks to be holding him.
Yeah, he does.
Andrew England, I think, will take 3rd place, but who's going to get the win here?
Ooh.
I think it might be O'Grady. It's tight, but it is O'Grady taking it 5:01.55.
There it is.
Against 5:01.81 for Ryan, so pretty close, and again, just shy of that 5 minutes. 5:01.55, but good improvement that was. 5 seconds for him. He's supposed to be happy with that. So O'Grady.
Yeah, that was right down to the wire there.
Yes, that was up for you. O'Grady 5:01.55. Daniel Ryan second 5:01. And 5:60. So heat 5 around about the midpoint now on this boys from him.
Yeah, this is we're starting to get through these 400s now, so yeah, this is number 5 of 9. So start to heat up in the centre lanes, I feel, as we watch some of these big fly swimmers take to the pool.
So going through the field in this one, we have Thomas Balfour, North Lanarkshire in 1, Rachel Beebe of Carnegie in 2. 3 is another Carnegie swimmer, Greg Reed. 4, Fraser Gill of West Lothian. 5, Kay Armstrong of City of Belfast. 6, Callum Mitchell of First. 7, Carl Pate of Fife Performance. And 8, Angus Cameron of Stirling.
And Greg Reed, so strong through here. These Carnegie guys not afraid to get out into these races here, Duncan. Really bite into the first 100. A little bit slow around on the wall there. We really want to try and make sure that we're a little bit more dynamic around the turns, especially when we race in shortcuts. We want to get those hands onto the wall, and as soon as they're there, feet up, bouncing away. So a little bit of work to do on the snappy points of that turn, but completing a really strong 100 fly there. So onto the backstroke leg.
105.40.
He still looks good there. Black hat still there, just stretching forward, but about to start coming under a little bit of pressure, I think, from Fraser Gill here.
Yeah, and 2 as well. Fraser Beebe, another Carnegie swimmer, is looking interested in this one. Then on the near side, we've got Callum Mitchell and Angus Cameron. Still, back now, Fraser Gill has got the advantage, about a metre up, halfway through the backstroke. 1:43.13 for him, leads by a second from Greg Reed, then another second to Fraser Beebe. And the West Lothian swimmer starting to open up a useful gap now. 2.5, 3 meters for Fraser Gill.
Really great underwater there as well. Really couple of strong fly kicks that are really propelling him through that 5 meters. And then up into that real nice smooth stroke that's right up on top of the water. Look at the head position in there, fantastic.
So halfway point, 2:19.54.
A little bit slow in the turn back to breast there though. Thinking that some of these boys can really tidy up on those skills, and could be great to go away from here, look back on the footage of this racing, and start to pick up on where we can get a little bit better on those skills.
And it looks like that's just opened the door slightly, maybe for these Carnegie boys to mount an attack. And also in lanes 6 and 8, Callum Mitchell at first and Angus Cameron of Stirling may fancy their chances to get in on the action, but it is still Gill in lane 4, leading Greg Reid and Fraser Beebe. So that's still the 1, 2, 3 halfway through the breaststroke, but now only 3/10 separating Gill and Reid, and a second to Beebe. And this is tightening up now, and I think Greg Reid might fancy his chances to go past Fraser Gill in this section. When they come to the end of the breaststroke pad, before they come to this turn, he has just edged past. So lane 3 it is now, Greg Reid, but a better turn I think there from Fraser Gill has kept him very much in the hunt here. So these two pretty close here.
Yeah, it's a good toe-to-toe battle this so far, Duncan.
Yeah, and they're going to finish it off on the freestyle. And it is Reid by half a second as they go into it, 3:49.07. 3:49.58. Gill's
It's a switch
place,
again.
but straight away he turned that round. That was excellent stuff. Now can he build on that, just pull away and make it safe? So still it's the Carnegie swimmers vying for second. Fraser Beebe now challenging Greg Reid. Then on the near side, Angus Cameron just ahead of Callum Mitchell, but leading the way is the West Lothian swimmer Fraser Gill, 4:22 with 50 to go. Just thinking about that, I think we may well go under the 5 minutes here. We've been waiting a while since Richard Faulkner did it in the first heat. Fraser Gill entered 5:01, so definitely that would be his target. He is coming down for home now.
He is.
Coming towards 4:50. He is definitely going to be under the 5 minutes here. So we're going to see the new fastest time here from Fraser Gill, 4:55.41.
Brilliant finishes there to overhaul lane 8 coming in for the bronze there. So brilliant to see that overhaul there to get in the running for those medals there.
Yeah, into the top 3, Beebe there, to 7:22. We'll just wait for confirmation there again, hearing reports of possible DQ again if they're not involved in the leading group. Sky Armstrong, unfortunately, is the disqualified swimmer, so Gill leading it, 4:55.41, Beebe second, 4:57.22, and as you said, Andy, 4:58. So, we've done 5 minutes, so we're safely into the territory of sub 5 minutes as we move on to heat 6. Through the field for heat 6, we've got James Stephen at first in 1, David McGregor at Reese in 2, Aaron Stowe by performance in 3, Alice Lawson at first in 4, Toby Douglas of Eyemouth in 5, Oscar Hildebelt in 6, James Collier of Carnegie in 7, Thomas Harrison of Warrenbet in 8.
So it looks like the bright hat of Toby Douglas. Oh no, my apologies. We've got James Collier down in lane 7 of the black hat of Carnegie, who's taken us out and is our current leader. So again, like we've said so many times today already, Carnegie strong through the first part, not afraid to get out there in the race and take this fly leg on.
James Collier, youth development squad member, the 14-year-old from the Carnegie program. He has got about a metre on a whole raft of swimmers behind him, so very open in these early stages. 105.75 is the 100 split. Nice transition into the backstroke from David McGregor off Dumfries in lane 2, and beside him James Stephen of first. And they're right up there now along with Collier.
That's a brilliant breakout there in the top of the screen. Looking at David McGregor from Dumfries there, and he's putting together a nice backstroke leg, but right on his shoulder, James Stephen as well. It's those two who are side by side.
Yep, so they've gone past Collier. Stephen just with the touch there, 142.52, but coming out of the turn, McGregor right there with him. And Collier still fairly close, and the Warrender swimmer on the near side, Thomas Harrison as well going, so still plenty to play for here. All 8 swimmers could still emerge to come through to take this one. David McGregor now just with the edge in lane 2, the Dumfries swimmer by half a metre from James Stephen on first. So that's, I think, going to be the 1-2 going into the breaststroke. 2:18.46 for David. About a second faster than Fraser Gill's split from the previous heat. So we need now a strong breaststroke leg from David. He's looking fairly good early on in it. Starting to see that orange cap that you mentioned early on, worn by Toby Douglas, coming through. I think he's just edging into 3rd place now, and he'll be trying to challenge James Stephen in the second half here. Also beside him, Ellis Lawson making a move in lane 4. So it's all going on behind the leader, David McGregor.
Yeah, David McGregor still looking very strong up there. The one thing that stands out for me on this one, though, is the boys are swimming great when they're in the middle of the pool, but there's a lot of the swimmers here who either aren't spotting their turns or aren't making enough use of real efficiency, tight turns around the wall. And I think that they're able to either stay around and watch the finals this afternoon, or tune in from home and watch some of the senior races do that. There could be some great pointers that they could pick up in how they can develop their swimming. As David McGregor touches to move on to the freestyle leg, he still has a commanding lead of around 4 seconds over the field there, Duncan.
Yeah, he's looking in a very strong position. It is now Toby Douglas in 2nd place, and then a scrum gathering for 3rd. It's hard to see past David McGregor now for this one. He was about 5.5 seconds faster than Fraser Gill at the halfway point, so Fraser came in 4:55, so maybe looking for something under 4:50 here. McGregor entered 5:00. And here's going on. Toby Douglas out of his shot, still leading the pack, but let's focus on the leader. There he is as the other swimmers go past him in the opposite direction. It is lane 2, David McGregor, and a dominant performance from him. Here he comes. You get a sense of his speed as he comes into the wall there. 4:47.21. Well, that is the fastest again, and that projects him in the rankings without others doing PBs right up towards the top 10. So good stuff there from David. 13-second improvement. Summary there. David McGregor 4:47.21. Toby Douglas holding second, 4:55.27. Alan Stowe there, 4:55. To heat 7 now. 8 swimmers present to correct. Greg Turner of 5 performance in 1. Josh Mitchell of South Ayrshire in 2. Cameron Arnott, City of Aberdeen in 3. Cameron Muir of South Ayrshire in 4. Brendan Doyle of North Lanarkshire in 5. Fraser Meadows of Warrender in 6. Ross McPherson, South Lanarkshire in 7. And George Clough of Warrender in 8.
And just whilst these boys take out this first 100, I want to say big thanks to Jen Dixon for getting in touch on Twitter saying good luck to first. She's been tuning in, and I wanted to give a big shout out to all the swimmers here for first. So it's very kind to get behind the team there. And if anybody else wants to give a shout out to their team or any of the swimmers that they've been watching out for, please do send us your tweets in to hashtag SGSC13Live, and as soon as we pick them up, we will try and get those sent out across the airwaves for you.
See, it's Colin Doyle there, North Lanarkshire. The group of swimmers not that far behind him, 5 of them all together, and a couple just tailing off behind them. Second place is Cameron Arnold, City of Aberdeen in lane 3. They're grouping up again as they're maybe reeling Doyle in now. Halfway through the backstroke. Still has the edge, 1:43.19, by half a second from Cameron Arnott. They're getting a little bit back in that turn, but not for that long. Arnott now alongside him. Coming up nicely is Cameron Muir. Andy, Ticketmaster, what can you get there?
Those streams that are coming up there for us, guys, we've got the tickets for the Scottish Gas National Champs through to the 6th of April. That's the first Commonwealth qualifier at Tollcross, and that's the Ticketmaster site there to get to for your tickets. And also, if you want to go to Tollcross next weekend and watch the duel in the pool, you need to get to the website shown there to get tickets to America versus Europe. And finally, register for the event is for your early bird tickets for the Scottish Swimming Awards on the 13th of September. So please get online and get booking those tickets up so you can go and enjoy those days.
Yep, duel in the pool next Friday and Saturday night should be an absolute cracker. The Ryder Cup of swimming. See some of the best in the world. A good number of Olympic gold medalists will be on display there. So you don't get a chance to see that quality of swimming in Scotland very often. It's short course, so it will be fast and furious. So it would be a shame to miss it.
And again, try and get in touch with us on Twitter with that hashtag up in the top corner. Hashtag SGSC13Live, and let us know what you've been thinking of the coverage so far and what's been your favourite racing.
As so often, we're seeing a strong performance in the breaststroke to turn this race around. This time it's come from Cameron Muir of South Ayrshire. Certainly he is well clear, 3:40.08 for him at 300. That is faster than we've seen, about 3 seconds faster than McGregor's split from the previous heat. So he needs to drive it home. McGregor did a 1:04 final freestyle, so let's see whether Muir can do something there or a little bit faster. A 1:04 would bring him at about 4:54.
Which would be an incredible PB if the time that he's entered in is his best. So fingers crossed for that. Let's bring it home in this last 50 here for us, Cameron. Get that head down, get those legs kicking. Bring us home for a good PB here, buddy.
So I think I said 4:54, of course I meant 4:44, so let's refocus on that as Cameron goes through the final turn, about 4:31. So let's really push on here. Cameron's entry time 4:57. Certainly going to be a long way inside that. And he get to around that 4:44 mark. Going to be just, I think, a little bit away from that. But an excellent swim, 4:46.47. So that is faster than we've seen by nearly a second. So he takes the top of the leaderboard at this stage. Josh Mitchell 4:50.72 taking second. So South Ayrshire 1-2 there. They won't mind that down in those parts. And George Clough should be getting third, and there is confirmation that he does. Muir then, 4:46.47. Mitchell second, 4:50.72. Clough third, 4:54.03. 3/10 ahead of Cameron Arnold. 2 more heats. Of course, presentations after that to the top threes for both the girls and the boys. So it will get progressively tighter and faster here as we get to the sharp end here. And the swimmers going in heat 8 are Samuel Jones of West Lothian in 1, Ewan McComish of South Lanarkshire in 2, Jack Sharanek of Carnegie in 3, Oliver Kidd-Cart of Portsmouth North Sea in 4, Scott McClay of Perth City in 5, Jack Harrison of Warrender in 6, Martin McInnes, City of Glasgow in 7, and Mark Elric of first in 8.
Scott McClay there from lane 5 in the red hat with a really slow start off the block, really giving the other guys kind of a jump on him there, and lane 4 has really taken hold of that. So Oliver Kidd-Cart running right on this one at the minute, with some great swimming from Mark Elric down in lane 8 as well. So those are the 2 to watch at the start, but definitely keeping our eyes on the edges of the pool here, Duncan.
Yep, Samuel Jones as well in lane 1 in 3rd place, so that just emphasises your point there, Andy, as Mark Elric, I think, will have the touch at the 100, 102.96, so we're in new territory there with our 100 split, about 2 seconds faster than we've seen. Nice transition from Oliver Kidd-Cart though in the white cap, so we need the wide camera angle shots here as the swimmers spread around the pool, as we've seen so often, really testing the cameramen here to get the best possible shots, and they're doing a fantastic job for us.
They are indeed. They're just covering all angles of the pool here and really trying to promote everything that we're saying. Getting those shots in so that we can see how tight and how fast these turns are.
So Kidd-Cart in 4 and Elric in 8. So these 2 still pretty close, but Kidd-Cart in the white cap from Portsmouth just edging away a little bit now. These 2 have opened up a bit of a gap on Ewan McComish, who's now moved into 3rd place just ahead of Jack Sharanek, and in lane 6 Jack Harrison. It's Oliver Kidd-Cart, Youth Development Squad member, makes the trip up from Portsmouth to participate in Scottish performance events, weekends, training weekends, 2:13.70 for him.
Which is key to the development of swimmers, to make sure that they really attend those days and take in all the information on offer and put that together with great training in the pool and a great mentality, and we're looking at a fantastic performance right now in the pool if he can keep this going. Starting to think that Mark Elric's just starting to get a little bit tired, so going to keep an eye on him, see if he can hold it together through the breaststroke leg, but lane 4, superb swimming.
Yeah, he's starting to stamp his authority on this one now. He's got about 3 metres on Mark Elric, but there's still a terrific swim from lane 8 from Mark. Another Youth Development Squad member from the first programme, and Steve Tigg. Absolutely thriving programme in central Scotland, but Kidd-Cart it is. There's a cracking race going on for 3rd, just adding a camera shot at the moment. Sharanek and McComish, you may catch some of that as they come in here. Just get a bit of it there as they come to the wall there. Behind Kidd-Cart and on the near side Mark Elric, but it does look like Kidd-Cart showing no signs at all of wanting to get anyone close to him at the 300 mark. Goes through 3:37.63, about 2.5 seconds faster than the previous heat, so they came in 4:46 Cameron Muir, so we want to see something faster than that I think here.
And what a fantastic leg kick he's showing through this. He's really powered up that first length and now coming back to finish off the first 50 of the freestyle, but just capitalising on the rest of the field when you do that. They're still swimming slow on breaststroke, you're swimming fast away on freestyle, and you can really just magnify that lead.
So 50 to go for Kidd-Cart, and he's got a dominant lead now over 10 metres. Mark Elric maybe just being caught now from lane 3, Jack Sharanek and McComish behind him, but it's Sharanek who's maybe putting in the challenge on Elric for second spot behind Kinkar, who heads for her, really working hard here, getting his head down and pushing hard. He's breathing on his left-hand side, right-hand side rather, as he comes in, 4:41.24. So cracking swim there, that's the fastest we've seen. We need to wait to see if it is confirmed. Elric just holding on to second despite a big push from Sharanek. 4:50.21 and 4:50.81. There is the first home, but we are hearing reports that he might have been disqualified there. So let's just wait and see there if that is confirmed, because there are discussions, I think, going on about lane 4.
And that's why it's so important that even if somebody is running away with the event, you've got to keep to your own race, keep your head down and keep pushing forwards, because if that person does get disqualified and you've just eased off the gas because you think that you're beaten, you can really let a great opportunity pass you by. So let's just wait for this this result and see what the summary confirmation is.
There is confirmation, unfortunately. Oliver, that terrific swim stands for nothing. It's Mark Elric who just held on exactly as you said, Andy, and that's given him the win there. 4:50.21, Sharanek second, 4:50.81, and Ewan McComish third, 4:53.47. Looks like we're still having a little bit of a chat about that, but I think they're ready now to go with the final heat. So the time to beat then still from the previous heat, heat 7, that is Cameron Muir's 4:46.47. So in this final heat, we've got Scott Dean to City of Glasgow in 1, Craig Barnes, Carnegie in 2, Cameron Finlayson of Hearts in 3, Ryan Brown of Best in 4, Alan Laurie of First in 5, Cameron Nelson of Carnegie in 6, Finlay Dean, City of Aberdeen in 7, and Ross Leslie of South Lanarkshire in 8.
So Ryan Brown looking really good here, but Ross Leslie down in lane 8 also starting his race well, but eyes in the centre. Ryan Brown leading us out on that one, Duncan.
Yeah, Ryan Brown on paper will be a hot favourite here. 4:28 entry against 4:37, the next best. So fly is certainly one of his strengths. So you'd be looking to put in a solid start here. He does have the lead, but only by half a metre or so. We saw, of course, that fantastic battle that he had in the 1500 yesterday. Remember that against Angus Barr. Ryan just missing out on that one, so he'll want to put that right in the 400 IM here, which is probably more of his specialist thing. 1:00.42. That is faster than anything we've seen. He has the advantage of about a second. Ross Leslie turning second, although I think maybe Cameron Finlayson in lane 3 has that now. Not much between those two, and then a group of 3 swimmers. Craig Barnes in 2, Callum Laurie in 5, and Cameron Nelson in 6. So these 6 swimmers are the ones taking it out, but Ryan Brown starts to turn the screw now. Halfway through the backstroke, 1:34.52. He had a second lead going into the backstroke. Halfway through, it's gone up to 3 seconds.
That's a brilliant way to really capitalise on your strengths here. We've got to try and see how he fares on the breaststroke and the freestyle leg. We understand from the 1500 he's going to have a lot of strength on, but can he hold these guys off through the breaststroke? That's going to be the question.
I've been commentating on Ryan Brown since he was a tiny 8-year-old, and the one thing you've always had from him is massive guts, massive determination, and I think we're going to see that in the next couple of minutes as he tries to bring this one home. 2:08.37. He's now up to 4 seconds of advantage. Moving up into second place now, Callum Laurie in lane 5, and in the breaststroke, I think he will be trying to close the gap here. See if he can do that. So maybe Brown is going to be threatened here.
I think that his lead is definitely being reduced now, so it looks like Laurie's going to get close to him on this. Whether he can catch him in this next 50 and overhaul him remains to be seen, but so far it's starting to hot up here.
Yeah, there's only 2.5 seconds in it now, so Callum Laurie has certainly got the bit between his teeth. You see the two swimmers in shot there as we now focus on Ryan, but just outside your camera, and you just see there coming into shot was Callum Laurie. So this is getting closer here, and Callum Laurie will be trying with might and main to get back on terms before they move into freestyle.
Yeah.
It's closing now with every stroke. About a metre back now as they come to the 300, but it is going to be Brown still taking it into the freestyle by about a second. 3:26.91. This is a lot faster than the previous heats.
And now as they really propel himself down this first length, you've got to say that Brown's looking very strong still on this here, Duncan.
Yeah, but Laurie is not giving up the chase just yet. And in fact, if anything, he's continuing to make progress here. As they come to the 350 turn, there's only about a metre, if that, between them. And maybe Brown is just feeling the pressure now.
Yeah, it's starting to get that impression. If they can try and level up right before this turn, then there's a good chance of a real battle down the last length. But still a lot of work for Laurie to do.
Yeah, this turn is important here. See if anyone gets on a lead after that. I think maybe Laurie did. And that's put him on platform to attack on down these last few metres then. They've got just 7 metres to go, and it's going to be on the touch here. Can Brown hold it?
Oh!
Well, we've got no time coming up with the scoreboard for Brown here, but 4:28.77 coming up for Laurie, and that is confirmed as the winning time. Ryan Brown beaten into second at 4:29.03. Wow, what a race there we had.
That was incredible. Just watching them, we thought of that last turn there would need to be something special. I thought that they would need, oh, look at the slow-mo coming in here, Duncan. This is racing at its best. You can just see how important it is to make sure that you keep kicking all the way through once you place that hand in.
We're looking for girls for presentations, please. We're looking for Chanel Sneddon, Carissa Almijo, and Jessica Thompson, please, if they can make their way to presentations. Thank you very much. And we'll be looking for Callum Laurie, Ryan Brown, and Cameron Finlayson, if they can make their way to presentations immediately as well, please. Callum Laurie, Ryan Brown, and Cameron Finlayson, if they can make their way to presentations immediately. Thank you.
Just confirm that Callum Laurie, 4:28.71. Ryan Brown second, just touched out at the end. Cameron Finlayson if you are supporting first, what did you think about that? Callum Laurie, you wouldn't have given him a chance at the 200 mark, and then breaststroke set it up.
And then he just didn't give up on the freestyle. That was the key. Even through that first 50 where you might have been fooled into thinking he wasn't making any ground, he kept going, he kept pushing, and as a result, victory, gold medals.
There they are, the girls 400 IM medalists.
Winning the gold
There's the City Family from Jessica Thompson.
Silver medalist, Carissa Almijo, City of Sunderland.
Really pleased to get that medal.
And the gold medal,
13-year-old, so yeah, younger than the others.
Chanel Sneddon.
She had to work for it. Chanel Sneddon on first, so her first double there. They'll be celebrating that. Chanel there.
So we've got first, and first. Sorry, is that my bad joke of the day used up now? Hey?
It is, certainly.
It is. Yeah. I think we're even now though, Duncan.
Yeah, but you lasted longer than you did yesterday when you used up your bad joke quota by about 15 minutes into the first session.
You're quite right, I very much did.
Congratulations to the first. They will be celebrating on the road back to Falkirk this evening. And I'm sure they'll be hoping for more on this evening as we wait for the boys. They'll be making their way to the podium area, fresh from the pool. Remember that hashtag SGSC13 Live. Give us your thoughts. If you're from first, what did you think about that double? Janelle Snedden, and now on the podium, Callum Laurie, but the bronze medalist wearing the strip of Heart of Midlothian, Cameron Finlayson. So doing rather better than his football team of the same name.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Second, what a battle, but Callum Laurie has to make do with the silver. I'm sure that's not what he had in mind. What a swim, getting rapturous applause from the crowd here. Callum Laurie, the gold medalist from first, time 4:28.71.
And a well-deserved round of applause there as well.
Just the two events, Andy, but they didn't disappoint. Certainly when we got to those final heats, we had some absolutely cracking swims there.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, officials.
Let's just see that last finish again. Look at it, Andy. What do you think about that finish from
just
Callum Laurie?
Head down, making sure arm right outstretched onto his side so he can get streamlined into the wall there. And that's the difference. As we see, he places the hand in on this last arm. It's this one here, holds it there, gets onto his side and stretches for the wall. And that's the difference.
Wish it had a camera on Andy there pointing that out, because arms were all over the place there, doing it for Callum there, just exactly demonstrating just exactly what gave him that win there. So
yeah,
perfect stuff there. So that wraps up just about session 8, but we've got a cracker coming up.
Yeah, we've got so many. We've got a barrage of fast events tonight, and I think that we're going to need to. We're going to get some energy, some drinks, try and get all rested up, ready to for all this excitement for tonight's race. And Duncan?
Yeah, that's what the swimmers will be doing as well, just getting themselves ready, going through their preparations. We are going to do the same. We will ask you to do the same. Go and get yourself your tea, whatever it is you want, before coming back to join us for the 9th and final session from the Scottish Gas National Short Course Championships here at the Royal Commonwealth Pool, and we'll be back on air shortly before 5 o'clock for another session of sensational fast swimming. I'm Duncan McKinnell. Once again, I've been joined by Andy Mayer, and from the two of us, for now, it's goodbye.
2013 was great, but I'm getting ready to make 2014 even better.
It'll be a great night just to catch up, relax, and as a swimmer actually get to dress up and look normal.
And then a chance to see lots of people from all around different parts of swimming and have a good evening with them.
The awards ceremony was fantastic, with the most people turned out ever, so years to come it's just going to get bigger and bigger.
Finally, the wait is over.
Looking for the perfect present this Christmas? Get a whopping 40% off official Scottish Swimming merchandise. Simply go to shop.scottishswimming.com for a range of t-shirts, hoodies and vests.